This episode of Late Night with Ed Money is brought to you in part by Ziggy's Pub and Restaurant, located in downtown Amherst. And if you're local to them, dial for carryout at 440-985-FOOD. Or go to their website, which is ziggyspubandrestaurant.com. If it's a sporting event that you want to see, don't forget your sunglasses, because they have so many 4K TVs it'll burn your retinas. So go to Ziggy's Pub and Restaurant in downtown Amherst.
We hope you're enjoying your visit here this evening. Now, on with the show.
I'll make it go away. Oh, my bad. You gotta start that over.
Of despair.
Warning, what you're about to hear is an adult show. You'll hear anecdotal stories and humorous situations meant for adults. In essence, kids, don't listen or try this at home. Everything you're about to hear is done by drunk, trained professionals. Now enjoy the show.
Deep within the pit of despair. Balls of Christ, dude.
This is Kate the intern, and you're listening to the hottest talk show on the net, Late Night with Ed Money.
It is.
Hi.
There you go. Why, hello, my friends. You're listening to Late Night with Ed Money here on the website, which is latenightwithedmoney.com, where it's real people have real conversation about life. You can reach us on a ton of sites. Thank you. We're growing on Rumble. Thank you. Already up to for that. For just getting on there, we're getting subscribers for that. So thank you again. Check us out on any way that you can. Just type in late night.
Just type it in like dumb Ed said.
Right. Type in Late Night with Ed Money, and you'll be able to listen to us on any of the media platforms that you normally listen to. You're always listening to myself, Ed Money. Right over here is CPAP Chuck.
What's up? Why are you taking pictures of my butthole?
Right. And you can hear him but never see him, and he's here with us is the Monk.
Hey. What's going on, boys?
What is
that? He's typing with one finger. He's our stenographer today.
Oh, God. And we're going to be leaving you music-wise. I want to thank the people over in Korea. This is a Korean, what is the equivalent? I don't know enough about their music, so it's going to sound wrong, but it's Sean featuring Connor Maynard. It's Way Back Home. They said it's very much like the BTS style. I guess that's a big Korean, like, new. What's the boy bands we used to listen to? New Kids on the Block kind of thing.
Okay.
But it's their equivalent to the BTS, which is that.
All right.
I don't know enough about boy bands. So
That surprises me. That really surprises me.
So check it out. Again, like, share, subscribe, tell two. Look at him just laughing at me. Like, share, subscribe, tell two friends. Again, it makes a world of difference to the algorithm.
Difference? Are you on drugs
stroke
tonight?
God damn, it's just beer that I'm trying to
You stroked out before the show.
I did.
Just type her it in.
So, audience members, thank you again for all the things you do. Like, share, subscribe, tell two friends. Tell two friends. There's a million and one things I wanted to say before we get into subject one. I wanted to talk about.
Let's get off track right before we even get on track.
Fuck it. Let's do this.
Okay, do you want to go on?
No, let's do it. You're ready. You're primed.
Okay, the reason I say this is that I got the dead man chair. For the audience out there,
Oh, your dead uncle chair.
I inherited a chair from my uncle. He
The
died.
one he died in.
Well, what happened was he didn't technically die in the chair. He got out and died. So he stood up and died.
Yeah, but it's
Fell
still.
back into it.
I'm pretty sure that's his ghost chair.
The chair's still rocking.
Like the clothes you die in are your ghost clothes. So the last chair you sit in is your ghost chair.
I wonder about that. When you die, do you wear
Your ghost clothes, dude. Yeah, you're screwed.
I'm gonna run around naked.
Yeah, Gary, you better hope you die naked, Gary. I'm gonna be in all black, so it
Right.
doesn't matter.
Right.
Some kind of concert
What else
shirt.
do we have?
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I
You're
just
right.
I always wonder about that. Can you change? Can you
Can
look?
you change ghost outfits? You got to go to Ghost Gap. Get some new button fly.
There's a dressing room right before you get there.
You never know because you're a ghost. And this is what bothers me. But I'm going to go back to the chair, which will come. There's an important for the chair. But I wonder about ghosts. You know, if they say that there are like a million ghosts all around us all the time. Right. The look on your face says it all. Right. I'm just thinking,
Dude, come to my house for a day. Well, you did.
I did. Well, we'll get to it.
right.
It's in the subjects. Yes, I got a story
okay.
on ghosts. I think I did, didn't I? No, if not, you wrote it down.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Seeing
Yeah.
ghosts. But yeah, if there's a million ghosts around us all day long, and they can see us.
Well,
Well, do you know how bored? I mean, can you imagine you're a ghost just sitting here watching me masturbate? Or something?
I'm pretty sure they're not sitting here watching you do it. I'm going to throw it out there that the million ghosts that are around are not in the pit of despair watching you whack it.
Right, but then are they? You said they ghost jizz in my mouth.
They wait for you to fall asleep. They're like, well, he's into it. So,
Well, you hear those crazy stories. What was it? Kesha said she had sex with a ghost.
well, that movie, The Entity, was based on a true story, they said.
Right,
Where the lady
right.
was like getting violently raped by a ghost.
by a ghost,
Yeah.
which is crazy because, I mean, if there's some cute ghosts out there, and
So you want to be raped by a ghost? You better. Do you sleep on your stomach? Because that's the ghost that you're going to get.
Ghost of Bobo.
That's all I'm going to say. You're not going to get hot chick ghost. You're going to get angry dude ghost.
the
He's got like 1,000 years of pent up frustration, if you will.
prison ghost. Is
Big dead Raoul.
He's got like a bar. He's got ghost soap on a rope. So I'm gonna get ghost raped. Is that what you're saying? Oh,
It can
God.
happen.
Yeah, I wonder about that. You know, just because here's the thing: if they're there, they may think I'm cute, and then they want to.
Yeah, but in the afterlife, they'll all blow you off. Oh, it's a guy that whacks all the time. They're just all making fun of you in the ghost world.
like, here, come on, you guys.
Dude, guys, check this out. He's doing it again. It's his 5th time today. Doesn't he have a job? No.
Can you imagine? I mean, really?
But you know, like your grandma's like,
Right.
Ed, stop, please stop
Right.
in ghost language.
See-
Ed, stop.
Do you think that's they're both? If the audience can see Monk's face, they're both laughing at me. Yeah, no, that's
They
just
get to
it.
like visit you on their birthday every year, and they come down to their yard just whacking it. Yeah, happy birthday to me, huh? Next.
Well, that's you wonder. It's because isn't that years ago? That's how they would discourage any
Whacking?
No, any bad behavior because they say your relatives are watching you. So
Oh, well.
you know, like grandma, even your parents.
Let's just hope they're not up when we are.
Right,
All I'm gonna say.
Right.
Please let them watch while I'm picking a lottery ticket next time, so
Right.
they can, you know,
Right.
pick the right numbers for me.
It's not like you're naked with the girl waving to no one, high five and no one.
You know,
hoping
you
that
never
get-
know.
All right,
That might be a new vein of porn,
Right.
ghost porn.
before I
Just
get
one person in it.
Well, you know, you cut down on the overhead. That's more money for you.
there's one. Look at him laughing. There's only one person in it, and they're pretending. Dude, listen.
Maybe they're pretending.
Could be a ghost.
You're right. The audience can see this, but I will admit, accidentally,
Stumbling upon.
I have stumbled upon when I went to it's xnxx.com or Pornhub, accidentally
Because a lot of times you were typing in something totally
Yes.
different, and that random set of letters,
it came up.
you didn't have your glasses on. Jinkies, I can't see a thing.
The University of Southern Ohio. I'm going to take some night classes, and look what I landed on.
Pornhub?
Holy shit!
How did this happen? Mom!
Right. So it accidentally came upon some. You could see they're acting like they're being raped by a ghost, and the girl's bouncing on a bed.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, that's an actual thing?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
really.
the dumbest thing ever.
It's the dumbest. And then there's ones that are supposedly real. Like you get them right. It's like the look in your face. Like they're from Japanese, ancient black and white, shot through a potato. You know,
Yeah. A potato cam?
a potato cam. Yes, I know. It's horrible. The girls, their clothes are being torn apart.
Yeah.
Oh, that stuff, dude. It's just so horrible.
It's all tied to fishing string.
Right. It's like the ghost videos you watch on YouTube. You don't know if they're real.
Some of them, though, are pretty creepy.
Some of them you could tell.
But what about... I'm going to just go there.
I was going to say the one in your house.
I wasn't even going to... I was talking about the cars.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Right. We're going to talk...
the band?
We'll go back.
They're haunted?
We'll go...
It's what is that? That
The ghost of Rick Ocasek? Come on.
What's that porn series in the van?
What are you talking about?
Oh, God. Is it everything in a van now?
Yeah. There was like one that started at a Bang Bus.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that Girls Gone Wild was in a bus,
No,
right?
this isn't.
No,
Girls
that
Gone Wild.
was just a giant bust the guy made from all the profit from all the horny punks that he ripped off.
Yeah,
Right.
and he did.
Oh
He
my
did.
God!
I
You couldn't
watched-
get out of that, I guess.
I watched a thing on that. It was a big like farce. He would pay girls to do it to
Right.
encourage other girls to do it,
You're kidding.
to show their boobs and
but then
whatnot.
once
yeah.
you subscribed, there was no way you would ever get out of the
for real?
subscription. Yeah,
Unless you canceled your card.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, God.
And then they probably sue you after that.
Look at
Got to
that.
pay for that bus.
Hey, we'll come back to the chair. But I was at the other day. Speaking of ghosts, two things. One, I was at a CPAP's.
Haunted house.
Nice.
Well, I went over there. We were just hanging out. We were
Yeah.
just hanging out, having a couple beers. Me, you, Byron, etc. Were
Yeah,
there.
Gary had a function going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, he had.
But anyhow, we were hanging out at my place.
Hanging
It was
out.
us, Byron, Ed.
Dude, here's the thing, and it was the weirdest thing ever. We were sitting at the table.
Well, we were outside first, and it started raining, so
Yes.
we moved the drinks indoors.
Yeah, and so I'm sitting at his table for the audience out there. Thank God I didn't get stuck at the seat.
There's one chair in my house. See, my house is built in 1890, so the floors,
Right.
yeah, and like if you go in the
I think
basement,
you were in it.
I was in the rollaway. The floors underneath are you can see the bark on the timber still. That's how
Yes.
old this house is.
Hand-hewed beams.
And
beams, yeah.
so they're not the most level.
Right.
I mean, we
Right.
leveled as much as we could.
Right.
But you
Right.
can only do so much. But our dining room chairs are on wheels, so if you get in the certain chair, you roll into the den. Unless you hook your feet on underneath the table.
Right. And you were in it, but
I was in the chair that
I was
time.
sitting there talking to him, and we were talking about something.
Now, mind you, there was like 6 of us.
Yes. Yeah, and it was the oddest thing ever for me. It started out of the corner of my eye, and I turned real quick because we were talking about
Yeah, and I'm
something.
like, what?
And I look on over, and I don't know what I saw. I told him I don't know what I saw.
I knew what it was. It's macular degeneration
He's got a detached retina.
floaters.
They're his only friends.
You're at that age now, Ed.
Right? Yeah, I know. But I take the A-Reds. I take that little pill.
Those are gas station boner pills.
right.
I get a boner and I see things.
No,
That doesn't help with eye floaters.
I did. I do. You take the boners and I see things. All the blood leaves here. Goes
Right, that's why you hallucinate.
hallucinate. No, I saw out of the corner of my eye, dude. I don't know how to describe it other than like a blob in the shape of something, someone.
Blob.
No, but it was there, dude. I could
Yeah.
see it, and it moved from your living room right. He's got a staircase, a real steep staircase.
Yeah, because it's an old house.
Right, going up, and that I just saw it go, and I was like, I stopped, and you said, "What did you see?" So I said, "Yeah, I kind of saw something,"
Yeah.
and this kind of ties in. Well, you said you've heard steps. Which
Well, I hear
did
people.
not hear.
I've said it before on the show. I hear people walking up and down our steps all night.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Or I'll hear them like if we're where the TV is
Yeah.
in our living room.
Yeah.
I hear people walking around in the bedroom right above that room.
Like you could hear heel on wood, like
Like
walking,
like,
or
it
the
just
creaking
sounds-
of wood.
It sounds like somebody walking. Yeah, like footsteps.
Do you think that could be actual creaking of the house?
The house is built in 1890, and the way the footsteps are, no. Because our steps just don't creak anymore.
How do you react? To
I don't
it,
even
though?
care.
You don't? I mean,
No. You hear so much shit in that house, you don't even care anymore.
do you ever hear voices?
Just
You hear Spanish music? Is
I
what
hear
you-
I hear mariachi bands, and it's like I want tacos, but I wake up and I get a breakfast burrito.
Oh, no.
We can hear people talking sometimes, but
Can you?
But you never know if it's like a neighbor,
Right.
So you can just kind of blow that off,
Right.
I mean, you hear people whisper in your ear.
Dude, you know what's funny you said that. After my dad passed, I hear my dad used to. My dad was very adventurous.
He liked living on the farm.
No, that what it is he used the Hungarian term mutz. All right, he used to always say mutz to us, and there are times that I can hear my dad. Now, here's the question: is it in my head, or is it real?
Could be both.
That I'll
because
hear-
you are half nuts.
I'll hear mutz. I'll hear my dad saying, "Hey, mutz."
Ed, I don't like you. Dad, it is him.
Leader just laughed at me. No, it's true. Well, this leads into the Tesla cars.
Dude.
I've watched videos where people say, now I'm wondering about
They're
Monk.
haunted too.
Right, no,
No.
listen to this, Monk. That
I've watched them. I think I told you about
yes,
them.
you did.
Because I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, listen to this, audience. That you go, is it?
Go on YouTube and just type in Tesla ghost, and all these videos will come up of people driving through like graveyards, and their cameras will pick up like people or horses or dogs even in these graveyards. It's the craziest thing.
Well, here's
but I want to know, how does that work?
Right, because okay, I know that ghost hunters that I have watched their videos. They use an Xbox Connect
Yeah,
camera.
I have one of those still.
Yeah, I guess it senses body. It'll do like a drawing of your
yeah,
of your
like
body.
a stick drawing.
Stick drawing. Yeah, where they'll point it at a room where there's no one there, and then all of a sudden it'll draw
Yeah.
a figure there. So they're using that technology. My question is, does the Tesla vehicle
Have the same
same
camera?
technology? Yeah, same.
I don't know.
Nah, it's probably there's so much electromagnetic shit coming out of that electric car that it's just torturing the living shit out of the fucking ghost.
You know what?
It's fucking like pain to them as it goes
The
by.
one I watched, one of them, not the one, but
Right.
one of them I watched, they were in like a old Civil War graveyard. And dude, there was like a million dudes walking around that thing, but not a single person like
there.
physical person. Yeah.
Right. I've watched that
And then
too.
they were like starting to go around the car, and I'm
Yes.
like, begin the fuck out
Turn
of
this
there.
motherfucking thing off! You're killing us.
Well, here's
Yeah.
and-
Dude, seriously.
in one of the videos that after you said to check it out, is that they'll be in the car and they'll see all these. In fact, there's even ones where people will film. It has a backup camera. You ought to
Yeah.
do this, Monk, with your truck with a backup. You got a backup camera on yours?
Yes, any car after 2000 and like 15 has a backup camera. And
Mine does not. My truck it has sensors, but it doesn't have the truck. But
Anyhow.
that you can. There's same thing with the Tesla. They'll go in reverse and they'll physically see someone in their backup camera behind them.
You know what I see? The fucking person in the car behind me.
right.
Right, but they'll see people in the camera saying, and then they'll turn around and there's no one there.
Like
but it's
in the car or
in-
behind the car?
behind the car, from their sensors. My question is, do you think that technology, whatever they use, because doesn't Tesla have the auto drive cars?
Yes, but they're
It's
not.
a ghost driving it.
You're not allowed to do it unattended.
Really?
Yeah, no snoozing.
Yeah, you have to like be alert.
I'm gonna go to Columbus.
Yeah. That's why I fly to Columbus.
Well, my question is, well, wait a minute. What do you think that's going to get to the point where people get drunk and then they say
Fuck
the cars?
yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
The
It's the
cars
whole
drive
reason
them-
they're making it.
Right.
So then it's like, what was the car in the Total
Siri,
Recall?
take my drunk ass home.
Christine?
No, not Christine. It was in the Total Recall original first
Oh,
movie.
something Cab. Johnny Cab?
Johnny Cab with a little robot guy.
Yeah.
He just is that what the end purpose is?
God, I hope so.
Is that
Because I would love to be able to just sit in a car and put in an address and go.
because
It's called Uber.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, you could
and
never
it's
get
$6.
you could never get a DUI. You'd
No.
never be
But unfortunately, the driver can of an Uber. You never know.
right until
They don't drink.
until you
drivers.
throw up in there.
Give you bad points.
Right?
Yeah.
A bad review. Well,
I got one bad review from an Uber once.
wait, you weren't Uber.
No, I meant you. They can rate you too.
Yeah, it
They
goes,
do?
well,
Yeah,
that's
it goes both ways.
So they don't have to come get you if they don't want it.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, they say, "Oh, it's that fucking Ed Money again."
No way. You're serious.
Farted
Yeah.
up my car last time.
Yep.
They farted.
That guy stunk. It's still in there.
Dude, I've never been in a car where people are fart. Well, no, I have.
I fart all the time in those cars.
Do you?
Dude, if you've ever taken a cab, your fart smells way better than the cab.
Oh yeah.
There was one time when we would go to Vegas, when me and lovely Pam would go to Vegas, we would always, it was like for $100 round trip both ways.
Yeah, yeah.
That you could get a.
I'm Greyhound.
No. At that time, you could get a limo. They would pick you up at the airport, take you to like Mirage.
Yeah.
And then it was $50 one way, and then
Right.
you schedule it 50 back.
Right.
And dude, there were times that you're excited. You've eaten on the plane, and you know what the plane food is like. Right. You eat plane, you're all excited, and you're just like,
Well, now you don't really get plain food anymore. You get like a little sandwich. It's like a little hoagie on a one of those dinner rolls.
really?
Yeah, it's if you get anything.
Anything, yeah.
What are they, Hawaiian?
Yeah.
Buns?
Yeah,
Is that-
I usually take like a giant bag of combos and a liter of water.
Those little 4 white crackers and the gooey cheese in a separate compartment with
Oh,
the
yeah.
little red stick to smear it on.
I didn't even think they'd let you take water on anymore.
You have to buy it after the security check. You know what I mean? When you get to your concourse,
Yes, yeah.
that's when you can buy it and take it on the
Can't
plane.
be opened. And it's
Yeah.
got to be smaller than so many ounces.
Right.
Well, no, the one.
Right. Oh yeah, you can buy the big ones.
Yeah, in the airport you can buy the big bottles.
Do you buy the Cinnabon bun thing?
Yeah, but they never make it to the plane.
To make everyone, when they smell up the plane, they're, God damn it, someone bought a Cinnabon.
One of the last times I went to Vegas,
Right.
the seats are the plane we took was 3 seats across, and I had the window seat. Becky was in the middle, and there was a older woman. It was her first time flying.
Oh, God.
3 seats wide.
Well, there was 3 seats, then the aisle, then 3 more
Oh,
seats.
okay. I was
Yeah.
like, good God, what are you taking?
Yeah, it was the-
one
the phones are-
propeller on the phone.
So
The pilot had goggles and a scarf.
now, when you're flying from Ohio to Vegas, it's like almost 4 hours.
Right.
Well, halfway through, I bust out my giant bag of combos and I'm drinking my water. Well, wait, let me back up. First, they're rolling the plane back. And then we start taxiing forward, and the lady's like, "This is my first time on a plane." I'm like, "Oh, that's
People
cool. You're gonna
throw
love
up.
it."
They throw
no,
up.
No,
Yeah.
she goes, "Hi, how high are we?" I'm like, "We're still on the ground," and I had to say it nicely because everybody was quiet and listening.
Right.
She's like, "How high are we?" I'm like, "We haven't left the
taken off
ground."
yet.
Yeah. So about 2 hours into the flight, I bust open my bag of combos. I'm drinking water. Becky's eating combos, drinking her water. I look over. This poor lady's like.
Her ears are popping.
Yeah, I'm like, you want some combo? She's like, oh my God, I thought you never asked. I didn't know they didn't serve anything. I'm like, first time flyer, my bad. I'm like, here, take as many as you want.
Did you break out a knife? You cut it
I
in
cut a
half?
combo in half. Don't eat it all in one sitting. Don't even think about looking at my water. Fucking kill you.
You gave her a kid like a thimble.
No, I gave, dude, I took a handful of combos for me. I'm like, take the rest. Because I was
Yeah.
steady popping them in my mouth, you know?
And you can share with Becky hers.
No,
yeah.
she had a bag too. That's why I like, take
She's
these. I'll
not.
keep
She's not
Becky's.
sharing with Chuck.
Hell, dude, she'd let me die before she shared her cracker cheese combos
What's
with
your
me.
favorite combo? I like the pizza. The pizza
No,
combo.
I like the pretzel cheddar.
Do you?
Or no, the cracker cheddar. She likes the
pizza ones.
pretzel cheddar, I think.
They're so good, dude. And those are, I think they put heroin in those because they're so addictive. You can't just eat. It's like a Lay's. You can't
when you're
eat
eating them,
one.
you're bored. You're not just going to go out and buy a bag of combos.
Yeah, sure you are. I
No.
do.
Well, look at you. Look at you, Ed.
It's like Bugles. You can't.
Do they
eat-
still make those?
Oh God, yes. Bugles are the
We
same
used to
way.
shove magic mushrooms in those so we
You-
could consume the mushrooms without.
There was a,
Fritos were good for that too.
no,
From what I hear.
the combos. I know I've said this before. John, there was a guy. I'll say his name, John Turner, that we grew up with.
I love John.
He used to take Cheese Whiz and he would shoot it into the bugle and then eat it.
He's a fucking pioneer because that is ingenious.
That's with Cheese Whiz. What is
Oh,
that
yeah.
Cheese Whiz even made of?
It doesn't
dude?
matter. It's delicious.
It's-
Lots of whiz.
dude. It's
And
like
a little cheese.
it's like the can of cheese.
It's like the toothpaste of cheese.
the crest.
Yeah.
The aim.
So anyhow, you get your
The-
limo.
Right. Yeah, we used to get the limo, and there was times that we would
blow it up?
Oh, we would fart in those.
Dude, I was known for farting in the elevator.
Did you?
I would blow up the elevator because it was a captive audience. We'd be going up a floor 2, and all of a sudden you'd hear. Not say a word. The doors would open.
and then someone walks
Slowly exit.
in. You crop dusted someone that comes in. Oh,
or I'd time it out on the escalators.
Oh,
yeah.
I went on the chair. Go back.
Well, wait.
Go ahead.
Before we stop, we were in a cab, and it smelled so bad once. We made him pull over and acted like we wanted to go to the Luxor. We were going down to the Mandalay Bay,
You're
and we're
kidding.
like, and we were at.
You'd rather walk.
And it was right next door. That's how bad it was.
It was so bad. We're like, oh, just let us off here. We want to go here. It stunk like he took a shit in the front seat.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, I'm like, we're out.
He probably one of those drivers that drives without shoes on, so his feet stunk, dude. Feet,
Now, feet odor is totally different. Feet, you could. Frito feet is a totally separate entity. Anyhow, getting back to the chair.
Yeah, what happened was I had this chair that I inherited from my dead uncle.
Death chair.
Death chair, and it was Amish made at the time.
So it had a beard and a hat.
But I didn't realize. And correct, Monk, tell me, is it called pot metal or that it's just generic, cheap metal that they're not like a stainless steel bolt or they use cheaper that you can almost snap. Well, what happened
That's
was
called pot metal, right?
I think that's what I was going to ask.
Pot metal? I don't know.
Yeah, pot metal, I think.
Dude, I was in the chair and I
Let's
decided.
look it up.
Yeah, it has. It's not one that has a little pull out.
Oh, you just force the lever.
It has like a shifter.
Yeah,
You
my
know-
dad had one of those.
That's right.
You lean back and do the lever at the same time, and it'll
Yes.
extend the foot thing and lock you back.
and it locks. Well,
And that's how he died.
I did it and went, and it snapped back, and I'm like, son of a bitch. Well, come to find out, there's 2 bolts that are in there that literally sheared off.
From the sheer weight of Ed Money.
Right, it sheared off, and I said, so I was.
Yeah, it's pot metal. Like you smoke
Pot
it when
metal.
you come home from work.
Right.
Yeah, and I didn't know how. I didn't think I could fix these chairs.
Right.
Because recliners are sketchy.
Right, because you don't know how they're put together, like the order that it's put together.
Do you know how long it took me
To throw it in a fire?
to
Because that's what I would have done.
to learn that if you take a recliner, there's 2 little levers on the inside of the recliner that takes the top off that you can.
I never knew that.
You didn't know that?
Yeah,
No.
that's so you can like get it through doorways.
See, I always just reclined it.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Were we one of those idiots when we were younger?
I'm still that idiot because I just found that out.
Yes, there's 2 levers in the back underneath where the things are that pop it out.
It's like a track, like almost like a drawer track.
yes,
I never knew that. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, right. It took me forever. Do you know what took me was I had
So it was easier to throw in the fire then.
there's a place out in Vermilion called Levin Furniture.
Yeah, yeah.
And I got a Lazy Boy
Huh.
from there.
Did they name it after you?
Look at him laughing.
What other brand would he buy?
That's
Right.
right. No.
He went and buy the working man's chair.
I had a fat bastard come to my.
Activewear.
I had a fat bastard
The
come
activewear
to
chair.
my house one day. Activewear. That he came to my house one day and he sat in the chair and it actually bent the frame.
Oh, God.
So yeah, so I had to take it back, and that's when I learned that there's a whole way to take it out. Because I used to in the back of the truck, and the dude's like, "Well, dude, you could take-"
Dumbass.
Right? He says you could. He taught me how to do it. I'm like, I never knew that. Right? I'll have to show you sometime. That it was just, but it broke out. And it took me forever to take this thing apart and put two actual bolts. But I was sitting in this chair for, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. With it like,
Oh my God, with the lean. And you're actually hurting your back because you're trying to hold on to the far side so you don't roll off the lower end. Because you're almost sitting on the armrest / half cushion.
right? Yeah. And I'm like, oh God, my ribs hurt. You know,
Yeah.
you get that pain.
That's when it goes into the campfire
you
end.
go into that pain, like when you breathe in and you get that weird jabby
Well,
pain.
now is that dead uncle's chair you're talking about?
Yes.
You can't throw it in a campfire. Because remember what happened to the car when it went into
when the demon came out?
Oh,
wait,
holy hell.
wait, what is this?
The movie The Car, at the end when it blew up. Spoiler alert, sorry.
No, the car. No,
It
what
was
is it?
called The Car. It was from the 70s.
And they
I
threw
want
it-
to say like, what, 74 maybe? 75?
yeah.
They threw a car in a campfire.
Well,
No.
it ended up catching on fire, getting
It's a
blown up in a big...
demon car. It killed everybody in the whole town.
Yeah, it would just run people over.
It
was
ran
awesome.
over the parade. That was awesome. Marching band.
Uh-oh. Yep.
You know what? I watch, and he and I were talking about this the other day on the phone. That I watch Pluto TV.
Yeah.
and you watch a couple other similar.
Yeah, I watched Pluto and a number of others because
And
they're free apps and they have
Yes.
limitless movies.
Yes, and they have
Except the ones I really want to see.
well, sometimes, and sometimes you can get it to restart depending on if
You're right, which app and if
Right,
you're
which one.
signed in, if you sign in, which I
right.
never do.
I need.
I'm like, you don't need to know me. I don't want your damn ads.
Neither do I.
Mystery Science
Just
Theater
what you-
3000.
just
Played
yeah.
24/7.
Right.
I love.
Just what you need.
MST.
Another goddamn password you have to remember for
Right.
another site. No, right. So but those movies back then, they were
How
ridiculous.
many times can you use 1, 2, 3, 4? Ed?
There's this, they're the,
Look, on the inside, he's like, damn it, I got to change my password now.
4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Monk
Oh, much
knows
better.
my password again. That's my PIN number. No,
Yeah.
no.
What are they going to steal? Your fortune?
He just uses the word strong.
Sure.
Right. So yeah, the movies back then were great. Dude, I was
That's because there's a lot of original ideas,
oh my
and they
god.
weren't rehashing.
Wait, no.
Oh, look, we got a serial
Right.
killer in the house next
Right.
door.
Right.
Girl goes over there to borrow some sugar, gets kidnapped, and her brother tries to save her.
Right.
Again.
Look, it's the third remake of Ghostbusters. This time it's going to be with little kids.
Right. He liked it. Though.
I like the
He liked
Ghostbusters.
it,
The only
though.
one I didn't like was with not Leslie Nielsen.
Kristen Wiig. and-
Kristen. Yeah, I didn't care for that one.
Mm-hmm.
If they wouldn't have called it,
The one that they made with women and stuff.
yeah, I didn't care
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
If they wouldn't have called it Ghostbusters and they would have like just said, Ghost Hunters or something,
Right.
and it wasn't like a total.
tied to it.
Yeah, I would. I've been like, all right, this is all right.
It's like they tried to remake it as a
right.
women version.
That's what they did.
Yeah, that's
it didn't
exactly
work.
what
It's
it
going to
did.
be the
work.
same thing. We're going to reboot it with women instead of men.
It wasn't, and none. I mean, they're all really good actresses.
Right.
It just wasn't a good movie.
Right. No, but here's the thing. I was see some of those movies were great in the 70s and 80s.
But they all had a budget limit.
Well, they did right. Dude, listen, wait. Okay. You and I don't know if you know, I'm going to say the dude's name. He's a director. He's great, good, really good guy. John Baumgartner. He's a director. And John, he worked not for MGM. It's escaped me the off. It's like an MGM, but they have a
MGM Light.
they have an MGM Light version.
MGM backwards.
For the
oh, wait,
audience,
that's MGM.
for the audience out there, if you look up John Baumgartner, he's a great director. What it is say they have. I'll even say the name of the movie he directed that we did a whole thing on. That there was Quake with The Rock,
Yeah.
and then they had like San Andreas Quake 2.
Right.
Or whatever. And they said, this movie had $50 million. We're giving you 50 bucks.
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
$50 and here's free lunch.
Right. So there were movies like that. So But what some of them were really good. Like I caught on Pluto, they had Night of the Comet.
I love that movie.
Do you remember?
Awesome
Right? Do you
movie.
remember?
They're
that?
remaking that movie.
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
See, exactly
Original
what
Night
we're
of the-
talking about.
Original Night of the Comet is amazing.
That was so good.
Premise was insane. It was during the time that
And
Haley
that's the girl from
Hale-Bopp.
Fast Times at Ridgemont.
Yes.
No,
Come
wait.
on, you guys. You know it's not good being out here.
Wait a minute.
It's really hard getting
Get out here.
the cheerleader, whatever it's called, spirit cheerleaders or whatever.
When the paper airplane goes
Yeah,
flying
right in front of her.
Just so he can. Right. What was that? Wait. She was in.
She was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. She
all
was a cheerleader.
kinds of movies.
She was in a shit ton of stuff.
Right. The lead of
The younger girl.
the blonde.
The blonde.
Yeah, the older one was in a shit ton of stuff too, though.
Right.
And then they just kind of.
I want to say that same girl that was the lead in that was also in The Last Starfighter.
Yes.
Remember that was same girl. Okay.
They're remaking that too.
Stop it.
Of course they
Swear to
are.
God.
Stop it.
Swear to, because I saw that and I'm
can't-
like,
you can't.
I'm like,
you can't.
well,
You'll never capture that magic.
no,
You'll-
because they might be able to. I mean, it was a really good movie back in the day.
Last Starfighter was fantastic.
because a kid beat a video game in a trailer park, and you know,
Yes.
I mean, in the 80s, you're like, oh my God, there's a video game in a trailer park over here. Let me go see if I can beat this thing right here.
Right.
You know,
I'm going to remake
Right.
the Grapes of Wrath and use the cast of In Living Color.
See, here's the thing. That when I saw Night of the Comet, first of all,
great movie.
But that girl was cute as shit. The premise was
Yeah.
was just insanely stupid. For the
But, I
I'll
mean,
spoil it. For the if you haven't
Well,
seen,
I mean, the movie was made in the 80s, so if
Right.
if you're spoiling it,
right?
then you know.
Okay, we'll describe it then. We'll do a movie review here real quick. Is the premise was it Hale-Bopp or the one of the
A
comets?
comet. Just,
Yeah, just
coming
a
by.
comet.
a generic comet.
Generic comet was passing by the Earth, and the Earth was going through the tail. And what had happened was somehow there
Well,
was
hold on. Everybody was having comet celebration parties at night
Yes,
to
they
see
were.
the comet.
They were.
Everybody's outside having block parties and the whole 9 yards.
Comet dust on them.
Yes, and there was a couple that were trapped. Like one girl was
One
grounded.
girl fell asleep in the basement.
Yeah.
Another girl got locked in a movie theater projection
Yes.
room.
Yes,
And then they woke up in the morning, and this is the music they used. And that's the shitty ass music they use when they're looking around and there's like nobody.
Yes,
Who did you say directed that, Ed?
I didn't.
Yeah, no.
I don't remember who did that.
That was a great movie.
That was Night of the Comet. Right.
Yeah.
It was no. I'm just saying John Baumgartner
Yeah. Anyhow.
because he did Quake. I know he
Yeah.
did Quake. San Andreas Quake, and he did a couple others since then. He's doing one in Lorraine about the lighthouses and stuff,
All
which
right.
is God bless him. He's got a better,
Yeah.
bigger budget for that one. Great director, good guy.
Sorry.
Made $14.4 million.
Which one? San Andreas Quake?
No,
No,
Night of
Night of the Comet.
Night of the right.
Dude, I'll bet you the budget was like under $1 million.
What?
700,000.
Yeah.
That right.
So you know that they're like, sign them up. Part
was-
two.
it was-
The cheerleading costume was probably one of the most expensive things.
Nah, they just went in a high school locker room and ripped it off.
That cool convertible that the Mexican
Right,
guy drove
yeah,
up in at
Right,
the end.
yeah.
Movies like that. Look at Evil Dead 2 with Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell, great
Had
movies.
Super low budget.
Hey,
Same
where are you
thing.
going with these?
Well, I'm just saying that I watched this on Pluto, and I was watching and I looked at here's the thing.
Oh, your dead relative saw you whacking it.
It was the girls. Okay, first you and I have talked that you got horrible hair. Horrible. It
But
was
that's all we had to
frizzy.
work with back in the day. We
Right,
didn't
I
have
know.
all these
I know.
labs creating hair care products. If you had frizzy hair like I did, frizzy
Right.
curly hair,
Right.
that's what you were stuck with.
Right.
I looked like Rooney Gerner for Meatballs for the people in our age demographic.
Right.
I don't know. You turned it into a pretty wicked mohawk there, buddy boy.
Well, that's what I could do with Aquanet and some clippers.
Well,
Yeah, egg whites and
Oh, Knox gelatin.
vacuum cleaner.
the thing that got
yeah.
me was I was
Erection
watching
cream.
erection cream.
Stayed hard for 24 hours.
and then some.
Yeah.
And no side effects. Right. I was watching this and I started saying, hey man, a lot of these stars or a lot of these early people ended up with further careers. Like the dude, the dude that was in that.
The main doctor?
No, he became the love interest to the heroine, the girl. He was like
he loved heroin.
The drug? Yeah, everybody became.
Who didn't
a
like
love
the
interest.
H back in the day?
Smack.
The big H.
Riding the horse.
Right? The old heroin horse. No, that he looked Indian or Mexican, but he ended up playing. The funny part was I watched it and I went, wait a fucking minute. Because this dude ended up being the Star Trek Voyager series that went for like 9 seasons. He became Chakotay, the Indian dude on this. And I was like,
I didn't watch Voyagers. I watched Next Generation, but I didn't watch
right,
Voyagers.
the Voyager. He became Chakotay, and I was like, oh my god! And that girl who was, she was in a
million things. Both those girls were in a million things.
but they were never. This was, I think, their first prime role was that, right? Because I don't think
I think Fast Times.
Fast
Fast Times came out before that. I think.
Did it?
I don't know, but either way. They came out to do a lot of fucking movies.
A lot of movies.
The one main bad guy, I remember him from.
He's in all kinds.
He was in a bunch of Clint Eastwood movies, and
dude, the closest I think that has come to that, and I'm gonna say the name wrong, was I'm gonna say Grindhouse movies, where they were. They tried to do like the old style movies, the Grindhouse one with Bruce Willis, where they and the Shannon Doherty or whatever it is, that she had a machine gun for a leg.
I think that would be called the Quentin Tarantino movie called Grindhouse.
It was a two-parter: Planet Terror and Death Proof.
Okay,
but Grindhouse was a type of movie.
It was a
was it? Okay, that's our mistake. I thought that was
it was
what
like
it's called.
The 70s most gory, whatever kind of movie. A lot of Grindhouse movies were just crazy over the top gore.
What was the one with Kurt Russell that he
Death Proof.
Did where he drove the car?
Yes, Death Proof.
Is that what it's called? I didn't know that.
Death Proof.
I didn't know that. No,
Hey, listen.
Death Proof.
Look, because those movies were the closest to being like the 70s and 80s movies.
Yeah.
Just like the OG Hills Have Eyes with that one dude with the fucked
big
up
melon head. That dude looked like he had a watermelon on his head. And he was in the wheelchair with it, and he had his own little prop, like little stirrup to put his head in.
He was in another guy that was in a ton of movies. In fact, he was the same guy, which I loved it. Do you remember the movie The Guyver? It was called The Guyver. It was about this kid.
The guy that made all kinds of shit out of
he made a bomb out of a paperclip?
Yeah,
no, that's
toilet paper.
MacGyver.
Oh, that's what I thought you were saying.
This one was an adaptation of a Japanese anime. This is 70s, 80s, same thing. We were in high school at the time. The premise was there was this alien artifact, and this kid landed on it with his face, and it like turned his body into this bio-organic armor.
Okay.
And J.J. Walker was in the movie.
Oh, did he say Dynamite?
No,
He
I don't
was
think
in all kinds of.
He was in a
J.J.
lot of
Walker.
shit.
He
Yeah.
was in a porn.
What?
Yes.
Stop it.
Yep.
Jimmy Walker was in a
Yes.
porn.
J.J. Walker was in during.
New Wave Hookers 3, I think.
Oh my
it
God!
was.
Could you imagine
No way.
when he gets to the finishing scene? Dynamite.
He was like a pimp.
Oh, okay.
Are you kidding me?
That's awesome,
Dude,
I never knew that.
My roommate in college had that video, and I was like, "Oh, you look at that shit!"
That's when you can actually get videos. Yeah.
Yes.
This was like a bootleg of a bootleg of a bootleg.
There's a whole cult series of Guyver, which is a Japanese anime, of this bioorganic. But what it is these people were supposed to be ancient aliens kind of things, and they would transform into these dinosaur looking, and J.J. Walker was one of them, but they all knew Kung Fu.
What's wrong with that?
This was during the time that all movies in the 70s and 80s, they all knew like super Bruce Lee moves.
Yeah.
Just like on Pluto, this is for the audience.
Well, when you're done with it, I got a movie I came across that I didn't get to watch yet, but I was laughing so hard at the title.
Go ahead. You can.
Me and Becky were flipping through the free to me on Amazon Prime. We got a Fire Stick.
Sure.
And you can go to the free section.
Right.
There's a movie, and now I don't know if it's on Prime or Fossum or Pluto or Tubi or what.
Right.
It's called Kung Fu Titties. We were laughing so hard. I'm like, put this in the to watch list because we watched the trailer and at the end it's like, yes, there's kung fu and yes, there's titties.
You're kidding. Was it a typo, like their language
Oh
translation?
no, it was called Kung Fu Titties. There was chicks with big boobs and people doing kung fu.
Dude, I loved it. I love those. And here's one that I love is I've watched, because of this idiot sending me these photos of Linda Carter.
What's wrong with Linda? Linda Carter was hot back in the day. She might still be
was
hot.
Insane.
I watched a video of her riding a skateboard and I'm like,
That's it. That was what I was going to say. It was Wonder
there-
Woman riding a skateboard.
No, there's one.
Yeah.
She was a chorus girl in Vegas.
yeah, she was.
Holy mother of good.
Didn't she
goobly
start
God.
there? And that's how they found her to
She was.
recruit her?
I don't know.
I don't know, but
she was
you wait till
beautiful.
you see that. Woo.
Right, Linda Carter. See, I was a Lindsay Wagner. I liked the
Bionic
bionic
Woman?
It was
Well, she was more
new wave,
nudish.
New wave hookers too. I'm stand corrected. We get up the IMDb cast list here.
Wait, where did this go? What
Well, I'm
is
saying
this?
Lindsay Wagner was more nudish than Linda Carter.
Lindsay Wagner was.
Oh,
Bionic
but that's
Woman,
because she
dude.
had like A cups.
Yeah.
Dude,
But yeah,
she was
good looking.
Lindsay
too.
Wagner,
Woo.
yes, dude. Even
I'm not saying I wouldn't have back in the day because
even do you remember Helen Slater? She played Supergirl.
Christian Slater's sister?
What she says?
I have no idea. I made that up. I just want to see if you'd bite.
I actually thought she was Christian Slater because who
I
else
really
had a
don't know.
Slater name? It's just one person, Christian Slater, which he was great in Pumped Up the Volume.
Love Pump Up and Gleaming
Love
the
it.
Cube.
Which one?
Gleaming the Cube. BMX rider. I don't know if
Or
that
wait,
was him or not.
I stand corrected again. It wasn't J.J. Walker.
Right, JJ
It
Walker.
was the guy who played Styx on Happy Days. Remember the black guy that played the drums and
I don't remember.
No.
it was
I
an
never-
episode?
no.
That's what it was.
No, I
and now
don't
it's all
remember that.
coming back to me now.
The only Sticks I remember was the one from
The band?
Goodfellas. He was the
He
guitarist.
used to cry himself to sleep to that one Styx song every night.
but dude,
That's the one.
those movies and TV shows, and I saw, because of him sending me Linda Carter, I happened to see a Wonder Woman episode on Pluto, because you can watch old TV
I watched
shows.
Love Boat.
Do you watch a Love Boat on there?
Fucking love Boat.
Did you? Well, you didn't like Julie.
No,
she had
Vicky. I didn't like Vicky. I like Julie.
Wait, was it? Did she had the haircut like like
Julie had
Dutch boy?
the Dorothy Hamill cut. Vicky was like the
She was
captain's
the chubby,
daughter.
the
Right.
daughter or whatever.
Yeah,
the
that took
chubby
Julie's
one.
job after Julie got fired for
Julie
cocaine.
McCoy.
Yeah, she got fired for cocaine and whatnot in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was using drugs.
She
Yeah.
was everybody in that era. They
She
were all
did.
in Studio 54
What are you
every
talking
night.
about?
Yeah.
They weren't all having cocaine.
Ed,
and
you're blind. to
There
the
is a
entire
documentary
world.
on Amazon Prime about Studio 54. You need to watch it. It was insane. To if I was old enough to go back then, I would have went.
Right. I get it. I agree with you. Because what was great about Studio 54, for the audience out there, if you don't know this, look at him dancing to the Love Boat theme, is love.
Ed. Masturbates alone. Except for his ghost. Family members watching him.
They hold hands and say,
Dopey.
No, they do. Oh, no. But on this episode of Wonder Woman with Linda Carter, who
Wonder Woman.
Do the wonders that you do.
Right. She, of course, did the weird spinny that her clothes
Yeah.
came out of nowhere.
I tried that and, I got arrested. But
She was doing it, and the guys were getting away. They were
Yeah.
running. And she did exactly what... You must have seen the same damn video.
she had on a helmet, she had on elbow pads and
spun
fucking knee pads.
and a goddamn helmet.
And a
elbow
Wonder
pad,
Woman skateboard.
And a Wonder Woman... But it was the bad ones where it was just like a piece of plastic.
That's all they had back in the
I know,
70s.
the
I
wheel-
had one.
The wheels were like... I think
They were like plastic also.
They were spare tire
They were clay.
wheels. they were real high. She had like 13-inch wheels on.
It was like the monster truck of skateboards. She could actually go over grab those old California gravel roads.
She-
because they were all filmed on the coast, you know.
Right. And then she was chasing them, and for some reason she got up close.
You're on a skateboard. You can skate faster than you can run.
Right, she got up close and like threw them. This is what I hated about shit like this, dude. This is where movies.
Were they Nazis? Because she was always chasing Nazis.
Dude, always chasing. In California, they are just
there was
chock full of Nazis.
Back in the day, you know, couldn't swing a dead cat around without hitting a Nancy. California.
They must have an immigration problem with Nazis. It's just they all migrated to. They were in L.A. where the weather was great. That's what it was.
They were tired of that German weather, the European weather.
That's right.
Hitler went to Argentina. The rest of them went to L.A.
They did. And Wonder Woman was there to stop them. She did all the time. Dude, she did really stop Nazis.
See,
Right?
I don't remember that.
All
Always.
the time.
I get her episodes confused with Chips episodes a lot.
It was the most fucked up premise because it was like it was the 80s modern times.
Yes.
Slash
Right.
World War II was going on in the
WW10.
And it made no
I mean, because the one dude, Steve,
yeah, right.
he would show
Steve
up in like
Rogers.
he would show up in like the military uniform,
Right.
you know, like
she was in love
American,
with him. That was
and
in
it
the
like-
comics, right?
But yet, you're wearing a World War II uniform and work for a software company.
He was one of the original programmers of Call of Duty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
8-bit.
Little known
It
fact.
all spun out of there.
Right. And she chased him. One thing I hate about
Today we're working on the Norton bomb site. Tomorrow it's going to be Call of Duty.
But first, let me show you this game called Contra.
Right. And
Xbox.
what I hate, this is the one thing I cannot stand about a lot
Beating
of
off at night when your dead relative's watching you.
they're all I keep telling them just stay in
It's
the
not so
car.
much that they're
It
watching. It's,
doesn't bother him a bit.
it's when they start laughing at him. That's
They
what it
do.
really.
It's so small. But no, is what I can't stand about any of these comic book movies, any of these normal movies, anything, is the one punch takeout. Like I can
Yeah, that's not true. Because if you've ever been in a fight, unless you
Right.
get super lucky,
right.
you're
Dude,
not knocking anybody
it's
out on the first punch.
Right. Dude, that's exactly
Or the people that start and win a fight with a gut punch.
right. Yes.
Ed gets knocked out all the time
All
with
the
one
time.
punch.
That's
Well, just his
right.
wiener.
That's right.
He beats that shit up like it owes him money.
And that's you better pay me that
He
Finsky.
chokes
that-
it till it throws up. Sorry, wiener. Sorry.
Don't tell anybody.
You tell him you fell down.
Keep it a secret between us and my relatives. You
And
guys
your dead relatives. Ed, stay out of my chair.
And I watch this, and she grabs these guys, and for some reason she just threw them, and all they did was do like a somersault.
But they were knocked out.
Oh God, it was the worst.
They probably hit their head on that gravel.
Yes, and then here's the thing: it led this story. The next one led down. Did you know? You know Steve Austin, who was Lee Majors, right?
$6 million motherfucking man.
They did a $7 million man.
What?
Yes.
How long did that last?
Not
He
one
had a
episode.
Giant penis.
Because I know they tried. It's probably around the same time they tried to reboot The Love Boat in the 90s.
Right, this was the thing. Steve Austin had 2 spin-offs that came out of that thing where they Oscar
Goldman.
I can't believe you remember that name.
I
Yeah.
loved $6 Million Man. I had the action figure.
It made no goddamn sense.
He had one bionic leg, and it just kind
No,
of.
two bionic
He only had
legs.
one bionic leg.
2 legs and 1 arm.
Is that what it was?
Yes, 2 legs,
And
1
an
arm,
eyeball.
And the eye.
Which made no. That's why he always had that weird squint. And I think he just had dust in his eye.
His cornea got scratched.
That was his acting.
Yeah. Remember, because he had the same
Okay.
look in the fog eye.
Now, is this the look you're looking for here with a squint?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yes.
Oh, dude, that's exactly what we're looking for. Keep it up.
Yes. That's exactly it. He had this weird Lee There it is. I brought it in the camera.
All right, cut.
Lee
Cut.
Majors
Oh, okay.
had this weird. I think he just had he had a lazy eye.
Yeah, he might have had. Like,
and they
you know.
played on it so that you
Yeah.
didn't see it. This goddamn Lee Majors, but there were two that they made bionic in the series. One was Bigfoot. Do you remember when they?
I remember when he fought Bigfoot. He ripped his
yeah.
arm off. He ripped Bigfoot's fucking arm
That's
off.
because the aliens needed something to keep all the people away from their base.
the Nazis.
Yeah, Steve, $6 Million Man fought
Right.
Bigfoot
Yes.
in a space tunnel.
He
And then he went
did.
through the twisty tunnel that makes
Yes.
you freak out.
It made-
Do you ever go through one of those in real life?
Twisty
the ones
tunnel.
that spin
Yeah.
around. Yeah, there's one at Castle Noel.
Mamma mia, those
I
things-
love those.
It was right. They had a bionic Bigfoot that he became friends with. They like
Yeah, but it's because he
yeah.
ripped his arm off. What's
Yeah,
Bigfoot got to do? Fight him
that-
with one arm?
That's the sequel.
they reprogrammed Bigfoot and made it his friend.
Well, that's because Star Wars came out and everybody the whole Chewbacca thing.
You're probably right.
I'm just making that up, but it seems logical.
It makes sense, dude. That's about
But
that
it's kind
time
of like
frame.
the Terminator came back nice.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, see, I think you're onto something.
Wait a minute.
What after that is they had this, and it look up $7 Million
I
Man.
never even heard of it.
7 million. Yeah,
All
like
right, I'm going to look it up right
Both
now.
episodes?
Oscar had a budget.
Oh.
He-
Oscar Goldman ran out of money after
and
six.
he cashed in some bonds.
He took a hit in the stock market.
Is that the number, or do you have to spell it
No,
out?
seven. It was seven. No, it was. It might have been. I can't remember if it was spelled out.
Dude, I've
but
never heard of that.
7 million. Yeah, $7 million man.
7 million pesos.
Not 7. It's like 20 cents.
He had like fireworks.
That's the one.
Yeah,
That's
he had fireworks and street tacos. His superpower is eating street tacos. He probably didn't eat 14 like me, though.
Look up $7 Million Man. What it was is one of his friends, his compadres.
Won the lottery.
They Oscar rebuilt his friend, who ended up being evil.
Of course.
Right. And Steve had to fight him, but this dude had an upgrade, because he had like a motor where he could go into water. Something came out his ass, a prop came
Right.
out his ass. Right.
They could waft a fart away, too.
He's not off. There is a $7 million
See?
man. Here's a IMDb.
Yes.
How many episodes?
Wasn't a lot.
Anyhow.
Yes, Oscar. Right, Oscar rebuilt his compadre and ended up being evil. He was like the Darth Vader of bionic.
Yeah,
people.
70s bionics.
And it made no sense because this dude had he didn't
Well,
have.
this was just a fucking episode
Right.
of the $6 million.
Dollar man.
Boom. I thought it was a show.
Yeah.
No, they had the $7 million man. The Oscar had cashed in
This
bonds.
is how he does it. He always makes think something's really cool.
No.
But it's
And
like,
then here we go.
What it was is Oscar was collecting cans for a while.
Yeah, I remember that dumb episode.
See, right.
I don't remember that one. I
Yeah.
just remember the Bigfoot one.
And he had this is where it made no sense. They gave him a bionic arm, but not a bionic spine. So if he lifted up a car,
He'd pull his back. Oh, my back! Where's my back pain pills? He was hooked on Oxycontins.
Oh, it's even funnier. Steve Austin is surprised to learn that Oscar and Rudy have made a second cyborg
See?
out of former racing driver Barney Miller.
Wait,
Barney
the Barney Miller? It was actually the spinoff Fish Abe Pagoda was the Batman. He could
Right.
like cut a bagel in half.
Yeah.
He could heat up-
Laser. He'd
he could-
laser it
He
up.
could soften cream cheese with his laser vision.
But not his
Cream cheese and
made-
lox.
What's his name made the coffee? Jack Soy. Jack Sue.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Right, they did. I just wanted to talk. That was a side thing, but I watched a $6 million. I mean, some of those, but you can't
What was
remake.
Jack Sue's name in that? He was awesome.
Was who?
Jack Sue that made the coffee.
Oh,
In
was
Barney
it?
Miller?
Yeah.
yeah. He actually.
Wang.
I think he had his own show for a minute.
What
Did
the
he?
heck? He was the coolest. He always just had
I
that
can't remember his name, but anyhow.
cocky, no attitude.
I did want to ask this on. This is a total side note, but it was
As in everything on our show today.
subject number 1 on there.
Du-du-du-du.
Hey, now, have you got? Hey, Monk. Now, do you when you
stretch.
when you okay? Say you have socks because do you wear double socks with your work boots or no?
I wear 14 pairs.
No, some people wear double socks.
No,
In the
hell
winter, maybe?
no.
Well,
Not even
no,
in the-
because the a lot of times that steel toe may because I
I don't
imagine
wear steel toe.
Everybody wears those carbon caps now.
Composites.
Yeah.
Oh, do they?
They're
Okay.
like
Plastic.
plastic. Yeah, they're not like the old steel toes.
I don't even wear those.
Oh, because I still have my tennis shoe steel toes.
Surprise! They're probably brand new in the box because you don't work. I don't know why you even bought. Were they free?
Goodwill special. No, I got them at the deli counter.
She dropped a piece of bologna on these. They're women's, but go ahead. You got the same size feet.
I'm at the outlet mall.
Yes, they're fuchsia, but they make your eyes pop.
One size is half the size bigger than the other.
No, that's just the heel.
Right.
He had that shorter legs.
He walks in circles.
Instead of wide at the top, they're wide at the heel. It's the men's wide.
Yes.
No, the steel toe. Yeah, I would wear sometimes double socks. You know what I mean?
Why it didn't work?
They rubbed because the steel toe would rub on my.
They're still brand new. He still has to wear.
Got to break them in,
Right.
right. So, but I was going to ask this is that I would say I wore out a sock. You get a hole in your sock.
Yeah, you throw it away.
Do you throw away both sets of socks?
Usually I buy like a 6-pack of socks, so they're all the same. So if I have to throw away
Where did it go? Was it?
he had to poop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Monk just left to go poop. So if you got to throw away one, you got 5.5 pair, but you'll always have an odd sock.
Right,
But
okay.
eventually,
Wait.
another sock's going to get a hole.
Right. Exactly.
But I don't wear two different socks because when I buy a 6-pack of socks, they're all the same.
I wear different socks. No, wait. I've actually worn like a footy and
An ankle or a calf,
yeah.
a crew sock.
Yes, and I just
got green stripes around it, and the other one's got yellow stripes around
I just wanted to.
But you can tell the green one's his favorite because there's a stretch around it where he puts his comb in it.
Do you guys
Like the 70s.
ever save that and wear two different socks?
I don't wear two different socks
Really?
because all my socks are the same color. So I
Black?
can't. Yeah,
Do you wear black socks? Get out
I
of
do. I
here.
wear black socks.
Doesn't that dye your feet?
No.
My bro, dude,
We
listen.
don't buy the 79-cent ones.
Yeah, no. I pay money for. But see, here's the thing, Ed. When you're on your feet all day in a factory,
Yes.
you pay good money for good socks and good shoes. Because if you got good socks and cheap shoes, your feet will hurt. If you got good shoes and cheap socks, your feet will hurt. So you got to get good socks and good shoes.
My brother.
So no, my feet did not get dyed black
When my brother lived
Gave him his socks.
and underwear,
when my brother lived with me,
which happened to be women's.
Lacey. No, when my brother lived with me, he would use the stand-up shower that I have in there. I put in a stand-up shower for my dad.
Okay.
So-
Ed,
'cause
it's
it had-
time to change underwear. Ed, change with Elmo. Elmo, change with Ed.
No, so I put a stand-up with seats for my
Yeah,
dad, so my
yeah.
dad could shower when I would shower my dad. But I would look down.
And poop in the shower. I know, you told me this. It's true, he pooped in the shower.
I never once said intentionally I pooped in the shower. Intentionally. That's the key word. I might have had a nugget pop.
Dude,
I don't even have any sound effect remotely possible for that.
anyhow, you looked out of the shower.
I looked down in the
There's
shower.
shock fuzz?
And
Sock fuzz?
No, it was black. Like it would be black in the shower, and I'd go.
What kind of cheap ass socks was he
So
wearing?
so I would go to him in his room, and I'd say, "Dude, is there something wrong with your feet?
Are they rotting?
Is there something wrong with your feet?" Like, and he'd go, "Why?" And I'd look at his feet, and he would be.
They'd be like,
They
yeah,
would-
he must have worn some cheap ass socks.
And
'Cause
he
I
would-
kid you not, that has never happened to me.
He would.
You'll get sock fuzz.
Yeah, but he would sweat so much.
Dude, I was
That
on
the-
my feet all day
like the
in the
dye.
welding.
Yes.
The
I
dye.
was using a spa welder. It was 1,000,000 degrees.
And you didn't
No.
have dye on your feet,
No.
and you wore black socks.
Yes.
What made you choose black? Why not white socks?
Because nobody wears white socks.
I wear
do.
white socks.
That's right. Thank
wear
you.
white socks.
I feel vindicated that the monk is wearing white.
Nobody wears
socks.
white socks.
I'm nobody.
2 of the 3 people in this room wear white socks.
Well, I am an innovator then. I am a pioneer.
Here's the thing. Don't. First of all, you're not one of those guys that wear black socks with sandals.
I don't know.
I wear white socks with sandals.
I see people with socks and sandals, and I'm
Isn't
like,
that
that's so
both
ridiculous.
It's bad enough you wear slides,
Right.
but when you wear the thong one that goes through your toe with socks on,
Yes.
Wait, slides are the ones that just.
They have the band.
My goddamn nephews would do that. They would wear black. They would wear the black Nike.
Yeah, slides.
Is that what it's called? Slide.
They're called slides.
Yeah, with all the kids did, which was the dumbest look ever. Yeah, yeah, all the dumbest ones. I go, well, you guys look ridiculous with socks that were like not 3/4. What is that? What they're called? Ankle? What do you call them?
Calf, crew, something.
Yeah, the black ones with the Nike symbol on it and slippers, basically looking like slippers. Oh God, I just couldn't. I couldn't take it. And your feet have to, with the sweat, have to die.
Not that, but you're basically walking barefoot in socks if you're
Yes.
if you're only wearing them with slides.
Yeah, and I wear two. I save the socks because what it is I have a whole bag of
that you've
Jizz socks.
that you've masturbated
socks.
the hell out of one of them and wore it out. That's why.
No,
You're supposed to switch them out, Ed, not use the same one every time.
It's all stiff.
They look like, remember those, you could go to the flea market and buy those like empty Jack Daniels bottles where they melted like 20 candles on it? That's what his socks look like now.
They're all pregnant.
There's baby booties.
Hey, there's a place for you to go buy socks. Go to the flea market. There's some like Asian ladies there that have these big,
I never
giant,
thought of that.
gigantic
Bins of-
cartons.
Of cheap ass socks.
See, here's the thing, too.
It's like a 20 thread count. I've seen
they're-
burlap bags with a tighter thread pattern.
But they're a thick thread. It's just, it's like beyond like a cable.
At the end of the day, any callus you had on your heel is gone, and your bone sticking out.
They come out of the washing machine looking like a tissue that got left in your pocket.
Oh my god, I shouldn't drink any more of this.
Dude.
I'm like starting to crawl out of my
Right,
skin.
yeah, and maybe I had to go there for underwear because here's the thing.
Right next to that Asian lady.
Right.
She probably selling underwear.
There's another Asian lady who's got big giant boxes of underwear.
Right, dude. The only thing is, have you ever? Okay,
Go to the dirt mall.
when you go, that's what he calls a flea market, right?
The dirt mall, yeah.
When I didn't have a lot of money, like now, when I would go to
2024.
when I would go to like Target or
Yeah.
Kmart, at that time,
That's
Kmart.
back when you did have money.
Yeah, he was still cheap.
I would go. They could buy
Rolling in
like
it.
you could buy say boxers in like a 6-pack
You
with
still can.
right, but it would have like 2 extras. You know what I mean? Like it would be
no
6-pack with
extras.
2 extras
Plus 2, so it's an 8-pack.
Yeah, an 8-pack
For the price of
But what I always
10.
hated is they would have ones on, which I had to learn the hard way.
the ones that are taped back together with Scotch tape. You don't buy that.
No, not that. The gently used.
Return.
Look at this. No, was the ones that they would have it and then they would have it on sale.
They were 10% off if
Right,
they had
right.
Scotch tape on them.
And
no,
skid marks.
no, so I go, well, shit, they're maybe a discontinued brand and you didn't know why till you got it home and they were sewn for girls out there. Which I'm gonna come back. I got another thing
Oh,
about girls.
that's right. You like wearing girls' underwear.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
We know you do.
You told me about it.
Is that when there's for the guys, there's like a hammock, like
Say ball pouch.
a ball
banana
pouch,
hammock.
a banana hammock that's in the underwear that. You get the ones that were on sale, not realizing it. Like maybe it was
It's all stretched out.
Yeah.
not stretched out. No, that
Then basically what happened, they made them too big and you just felt lost in them.
You felt insignificant.
Yeah.
No, that
It
it
made
was.
you question.
It was because it was tough buying the right pair because you don't want to buy too small, then it doesn't fit. And but if you buy
you
too
feel
large,
better.
and they get
Look at me, baby.
right. But no, they were
Busting out of
sewn.
these.
They were sewn just a hair
I never
off
got those.
center.
Yeah.
You never had ones just off center,
You're back at that outlet mall again, aren't you?
right? And then you put
No, I
big-
always spent money on good underwear.
Dude, Big Jim and the twins would go in and they would shift halfway through while you're
I have
walking.
bought the wrong size before because Here's my thing with like any kind of clothing.
Right.
If you buy brand A and you get a large and they fit perfect,
Right.
you could buy another separate pair of brand A,
Not the same
size, and it'll be a different fit.
Right.
And then if you go to brand B, you need to wear a small. You know what I mean? Because
Yes.
their small is the equivalent of brand A's
right.
large.
They're used to guys with trunks.
So you don't know.
Right, you
Yeah.
don't, and it's terrible. Same thing with T-shirts or anything like that. You buy it. That's the worst, dude. I bought T-shirts like Hanes, and you go home and you wash it, and it turns into a crop
It's a
top.
crop top. Just the bottom of your boobs are hanging out, parading around the house. Hey, Mom,
Mrs.
see anything you like? Seeing anything
I'm
you like,
chafing
Mom?
the bottom. The bottom.
You have to put Band-Aids on your nipples.
big
They're
X's.
bleeding.
They're This is kind of damn Chuck in his 18th red cap shirts.
He went jogging in his crop top and it chafed his nipples. He's got to get some bag balm for chafed teats.
Bag balm?
We used to laugh at that at Drug Mart all the
I
time.
never. What is bag balm?
It was for chafed teats. It was for women who were
Stop
breastfeeding.
it.
Swear
No,
to God.
it's
And
called
we
bag
laughed
balm?
and laughed. Yes, it was called bag. It came in like a light green can, and we would just laugh at it.
my sister bought from my mom something called Tiger Balm.
I've heard of that.
Yeah,
That's good stuff.
Yeah, I've heard that's for calluses and
like
whatnot.
pain
Right,
muscles,
yeah,
and
right.
rub it
Yeah,
on.
yeah. She we put it on her feet. It stinks to high heaven.
Just as long as it works.
That ancient Chinese
It's like
secret.
camphor,
What'd you call it?
camphor or whatever in it.
I don't know what that means.
It's
Tiger piss.
Okay.
dung.
Yeah, I don't know what's in it. I know a lot of people use it though.
I wanted to
Like
ask you.
camphophenique. You ever hear that?
Yeah.
Shit that you rub
Yes.
on
Oh,
it?
yeah,
yes.
mentholy
The
stuff.
camphor,
Yes.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
that smell.
Yeah. Well, before we run out of time, I know we're over.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're over, but that's all right. I wanted to get.
Chuck doesn't care anymore.
No,
I've got places to be.
no. He hit me up. He goes, "You got to write this down." He got 80 bags of mulch.
We were doing mulch, so I started out with 80 bags.
Right, which
But
is
they were, what, 5 for $10?
dude. That's
Right.
Tell me it's not a ridiculous
Put
amount
them
of
all in
bags.
Becky's car.
No, I had them delivered. There was no way I was going back and forth getting
Dude,
it. I'm
that's
like,
insane.
I'll pay the amount of money to have them delivered.
80 bags. That's a ton.
Yeah.
That's like a ton of
And the
mulch.
thing is, you
Brown or black?
black.
Okay.
So you get the mulch, and you
Matches his socks.
yes. I walked in my socks, and nobody ever knew.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we got it delivered at 9 in the morning. By 4 in the afternoon, we had all 80 bags spread out in our landscaping.
Crazy.
And it was hot. It was hot that day. So I go downstairs, and I have a shower in my basement that I use when I'm outside working in case
Right.
any critters,
Sure.
any bugs, whatever,
Sure.
or in my hair or
Yeah.
back here, unsightly back hair.
That's the worst.
So,
dude.
I go downstairs, I take a shower, drying off, and I'm like, fuck is that? I'm like, oh my God, my hands still smell like shit.
Right.
Because
That
mulch, that mulchy, composty, manure-y fucking shit.
Well, they dye it too.
Yeah.
There's a dye
which
that
I
they
really
put
need to
in
do.
it. Right.
I need to dye it. But so I got out Gojo, the orange scented hand
yeah.
cleaner.
Yes.
I got that out.
Gritty too. It's gritty.
Wash the shit out of it. It smelled like oranges took a shit in my hands. That smell did not go away.
Did the stain still stay on?
No,
your hand?
the Gojo took away the stain.
The stain.
But not the stink.
How long did you? So every time you'd eat,
I washed my hands like literally 10, 15 times between the time I took my shower after 4 and the time I went to bed.
you're rubbing down the
It was
phone.
there was not a single callus on my hand anymore. And let me just say
You
that
didn't have fingerprints.
next year I'm cementing my yard so I can just roll out. I can roll out indoor outdoor carpeting and be done.
Isn't
Just
it-
fuck
dude-
landscaping.
Paint the cement green.
No, that's too much work. I'll just roll
Well,
out the
put
carpet.
that dye. Put that dye in it. So
It is.
There you
It's
go.
green.
Dude, it's so much work.
Yeah, landscaping can eat a dick.
It's terrible, dude. He and I were just talking about this, dude. On top of it, I got like just a little bit of poison ivy
Ugh.
that came out of Well, I know where it's at in the
On
yard.
your wiener.
No,
Yeah, how'd you get it on your beehole and your wiener?
that's it. It's not on my hands. That's
You
the
look
weird
over
thing.
at the neighbor and he's itching his crotch. Wait a minute.
Wait, it's on his thumb too.
Oddly enough.
It's the worst, dude. Landscaping is the worst, and no matter what you do, it comes back.
Yeah.
How
I
do
mean,
you-
we put down preen, we put down ground clear, we put down whatever. And I know in a month I'm going to go out there and there's going to be
It's
weeds in the
right
flower
back.
beds.
Dude, and no matter what you do, that's one thing.
Yeah, no matter what you do, your shoes smell like ass.
Yeah, yes.
Your hands smell like ass for a day. You're sitting there the next morning.
You're sniffing your hand.
Does anybody smell that? No? Okay. Are they just being nice or do they really not smell it?
Like when you scratch your ass, you sniff your fingers.
What?
I made that up. I just want to see if you bite. I don't know.
Yeah, you did.
Or is it just me?
We turn around and it's like,
What's it smell like, Ed? Elaborate.
yeah.
No. It made me think of
Is
the-
it sweet?
That time you had a really itchy
Is it
butthole.
sweet or is it pungent?
No, what's that? There was a girl on Saturday Night Live that would always
Sister Catherine Mary Margaret or something like that.
Yeah, that would do that. She would snip her fingers every time she put them underneath your armpit.
Right.
He knows what I'm talking about.
I do too.
I know
What
we're
is-
over. You want anything else you want to hit on? Or
No, not today. We're good. It was a good show.
Yeah, it was a good show. Audience, we're going to be leaving you with it's Sean. It's featuring Connor Maynard. It's Way Back Home. It's like a BTS. If you like Korean.
And I don't know how they heard about us, but thanks for
Yeah,
following and
right. Well, dude-
send it in your song.
Right. There's a fantastic girl that I follow, Anna Lee. She's a influencer in Korea.
Okay.
And she was from Canada, moved to Korea, speaks
Yeah.
fluent Korean. And so
they-
hooked me up. Yeah, said, check this out. This is what you got to listen to. Send me the song. So Sean, again, featuring Connor Maynard, which I'll have a clip in there, whatever, blah, 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 at the end. Always tell two friends. Please tell two friends. You've been listening to Late Night with Ed Money here on our website, which is latenightwithedmoney.com, where it's real people have real conversation about life. Normally listen to myself, Ed Money. Right over here is CPAP Chart.
We'll see ya. Take off to the great wide north.
What a great thing.
See, kids
McKenzie
nowadays
brothers.
don't know what Doug and Bob McKenzie are all
McKenzie
about.
brothers. You can hear him, but never see him is the mark.
Okay.
And
No
again,
way.
audience members, thank you for all the things you do. Please tell two friends. Please, please, please like, share, subscribe. Always remember that you are somebody, and don't be materialistic because it gets you nowhere. And after that, we are out of here.
That's awesome.
I could never let you go. Couldn't run away if I tried. 'Cause even when I'm all alone, you got a hold of my mind. And I'll always let you know that I'm always gonna hold on. And I told you right from the start, you just say the word and I go. No, it doesn't matter how far, 'cause your love is all that I know. Baby, you just stay where you are, and you know I won't be too long. Hold on, hold on. Remember when I told you no matter where I go, I'll never leave your side, you will never be alone. Even when we go through changes, even when we're old, remember that I told you I'll find my way back home.
조용히 잠든 방을 열어 기억을 걸어들어 써준 시간 위에서 선명히 너는 떠올라 길 잃은 맘속에 널 가둔 실사람 그만 멈춘 시간 속 잠든 너를 찾아가 아무리 막아도 결국 너의 곁인 걸 결국엔 여행을 끝내 이젠 돌아가 너라는 집으로 지금 다시 way back home 세상을 뒤집어 찾으려 해 오직 너로 연결된 이야기를
No, I won't never leave as long as you're there.
빛이 다 꺼진 여기 날 안아줘
You've been listening to Late Night with Ed Money, brought to you by 3 Bowls of Crunch Production. Late Night with Ed Money is a copyrighted show, and any unauthorized reproduction for sale is strictly prohibited without written and or verbal consent from Ed Money. Otherwise, we'll find out where you live and beat the shit out of you. Thank you for listening.